I would like to narrate to you the story of Sheikh Abdur. In Medina, several years after the demise of the Prophet, there was a couple by the name of Saleh and Farooq. They were just newly married and they were Islamic. And when they got married, there was an announcement, there was a call for people to go for qital, for jihad. So Saleh tells her husband that why don't you go for jihad? Hardly few days had passed when they got married, and he prepared and he said, let me go to the border. And the war was taking place somewhere on the outskirts of the Muslim empire at that time, maybe on the border of China. And Farooq, he gives a large amount of gold which he had to his wife and says that keep it safely with you and I'll take it when I come back from jihad. And when Farooq goes for jihad, 1 week passes, 2 weeks passes, 1 month passes, he does not come back. 2 months passes, 3 months passes, he doesn't come back. And many other people who had gone for jihad, they come back. 1 year passes, 2 years passes, 3 years passes, and he does not come back. And his wife Saleh thinks that her husband is dead. Later on, after about 30 years, Farooq, he was involved so much in the jihad, he takes permission from his commander to go and visit his home, and he decides to come back to Medina. When he comes back, the first thing he does is he goes to the mosque. And when he goes to the mosque, he finds that many people were having a scholarly discussion. And one person by the name of Sheikh Abdur, he was about 30 years old, he shone out. He was known to be a scholar, and amongst all the people, he shone out amongst them. He stood out amongst all of them. And Farooq, listening to Abdur, was very happy. Oh, such great scholars in this age, he was very happy. Then he goes back towards his house, and when he enters his home, his wife is shocked. Saleh is shocked to see a husband, Farooq. And they hug each other and they cry, and she had thought that he's dead, and they are very happy. After some time, he asks her that I hope the gold I gave to you is safe with you. So Saleh asks him a question, that before you came home, did you go to the Prophet's mosque? And Farooq said, yes, I had gone there. Then she asked, what did you see there? He said that I saw a lot of knowledgeable people speaking and having a discussion. She asked, who did you like the most amongst them? He said that there was a young lad, a young man by the name of Sheikh Abdur. He was the best amongst them. So Saleh asks him that what if all the gold that you left with me, I spent in making your son as knowledgeable as Sheikh Abdur. Then he says, I cannot expect any better thing than that. So Saleh says, that Sheikh Abdur is our son. And Farooq is so happy, he goes screaming outside and saying that I am Farooq, Sheikh Abdur is my son. I am Farooq and Sheikh Abdur is my son. And Sheikh Abdur happens to be the teacher, one of the teachers of Imam Malik. So here we come to know that imagine the husband leaves the wife alone and goes for jihad. And the amount of gold that he had left behind, someone made a calculation, and today he says it will be equivalent to 2 million pounds. 2 million pounds, imagine. That's equal to more than $2.5 million.